then I will go back to my presentation about where we can see criteria for evaluating. And yes, Mustafa is joining us, and so I need to make it full screen, and I need to restart sharing. Okay. Now to say something about the presentation. Nisanur, are you here?
Yes.
So I would like to listen to your expert opinion, please.
So I think it's the same as group one's like presentation. It's a bit too word heavy. I think, but this time their like distribution of the like paragraphs has been great. But like it's a bit too much. I think it's it doesn't get boring, but like it's too much to handle in one sitting. So maybe like a bit more different visuals in each like slides could be great. Other than that, the information is good. Like I enjoyed like listening to it. Let me think what I can say else. Yeah, just generally it's a bit too much to handle in one sitting. So maybe they could like shorten the sentences or use different kinds of like graphs or visuals to explain their like idea. Like in the last couple slides, they did the graphs and like schemes. So I think overall it was good. But you got the idea.
Okay, thank you. So yes, Akram, what would you like to say?
Well, the last two slides were about, we can call the summary of all the presentation. I didn't add anything. It was the summary. It's just in visualization, yes.
Yes, and it seems like summary was enough. Just you shouldn't read the previous slide. Just summarize orally what you would like to share with us. So the ideas, the final piece of presentation was good. It was interesting to listen because it was. So you didn't read, you just explain with the help of visuals. And I agree that so if you use the visuals more, it will just, the information is, the audience will understand the information better because so the eyes are also involved in the process of perception of the information. Well, it's great that you started with definitions. The design is stylish, but I just always say to my students, the letters are too small. So you should just make it bigger. You should divide this, just choose the key phrase from each sentence and just put it on the slide, or you just speak about something, not read from the text. And so yes, too much text scares the audience, so people think, oh, just it's hard for me to follow to the speaker. Yes, and I would recommend to just to use more illustrations. I agree with Nisanur at this point. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, it was like one of the first experiences of working with presentations. And it looks like I like it, how you found the information, how you organize the information. You can do this, but of course you need to practice more to make it, to make the presentation better. Mhm. Well, and now, so we've listened to everyone, right, Akram? So, yes, at least from the people who are here. And now we'll continue with, yes, now let us just start speaking about medical jobs. So this is unit 2 of the course book. And if you have a look at the slide, you can see 4 pictures here. And the names of the jobs are given here also. And the question, can you predict what each person's job involves? I mean that people who work in medicine, and so, yes, Akram?
I think the first slides, A is health visitor. Picture A.
Picture A, you can see there that there are some folders on the shelves at the background. So what kind of folders are they?
I think the receptionist, maybe.
Is the receptionist, yes. And what does the receptionist do in a hospital?
Taking the patient information, his date of birth, his phone number, his full name.
So collects information about patients, right? And yes, Nisanur, what else?
About receptionist or the next picture?
Okay, that's just enough about receptionist. About the next picture, B.
Health visitor, it should be B.
Mhm.
Because as we can see in the picture, there's an elderly woman and someone who checks up on her. So, and the environment doesn't seem like a hospital, so she definitely came to check on her.
Okay, so, well, then let us listen to Yahya Osman about picture C. Yahya Osman, hello. Okay. No.
About picture C, I think it's midwife. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. What kind of job is represented here? So this is a general
Picture C mean
practitioner.
midwife, I think.
No, this is general practitioner. What does the work of general practitioner
General
involve?
practitioner.
What do they do?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Hashim Hassan, so will you help us, please?
Yes, doctor. Picture number D.
C.
Yes, C is general participation. This is a medical professional as a doctor treats and illness to prevent care.
Okay, and so the picture D now for Mustafa Saber.
Midwife. ماشي خلاص.
Mustafa Saber, okay.
Yes, doctor. Picture D. Midwife.
Midwife, yes. So she deals with
يا أخي تبا حياة البسطاء يا أخي.
what kind of patients does she deal with? We can see in the picture that what kind of patients does a midwife treat? Nisanur.
I think she help doctor.
She helps a doctor and
The
what kind-
patients she takes care of are the pregnant women or women who just gave birth.
Mhm. Newborn babies, right? Also.
Mhm.
Okay, and 3 more pictures. So picture E here. So let us listen to Mustafa Ahmed. Are you here? I think he's absent now. Yasmin,
Sorry, I'm here.
you are here. Yes, Mustafa
Yeah.
Ahmed, please. Mhm. So picture
Okay.
E is for you. What kind of job is it?
A practice nurse.
What does she do? What are her responsibilities?
Mm,
What kind of patient
Oh.
does she treat? So where, in a hospital or maybe outside the hospital? Does
and
she visit the patients?
practice nurse at
Mhm.
high school. Wait, it's who work collaboratively with GB and other member with the practice team
Mhm.
to provide safe and quality care, right?
Okay, yes. So she visits the people who can't go to the hospital, like she deals with the vaccination first and does the vaccinations outside the hospital. Yasmin, can you comment on picture F?
I think it's a practice manager.
Okay, and what does practice manager do?
It oversees the various aspects of medical office.
Mhm. So it's just and well, picture yes, picture G is for Shema.
Yes, it's a practice nurse. She
Mhm.
works in a medical office or a hospital, and she helps the doctor.
Exactly. Okay. So now let us just have a look at the following slide. So these are the sentences that we need to complete with their job titles. So these job titles that we have discussed: receptionist, health visitor, general practitioner, midwife, district nurse, practice manager, and practice nurse. So let us just look at the sentences. Can't move it now. Okay. Can you see the sentences now? Let us look at the first sentence and try to guess what is missing here. And let us listen to Nisanur. Nisanur, please.
The job titles of people to the center. A practice is run by a general practitioner.
Look, run by the meaning of
Practices is run.
is that the person who organizes the process. So this is practice who. Yes. Okay. Who can help us? Yes, Hashim Hassan.
Practice manager.
Practice manager, exactly, you're right. So, and the next is for Akram, please.
He works with individuals, families, and groups like the elderly and newborn babies in the community. He can be health visitors.
Exactly, health visitors who visits the people who can't leave their home. And now Yahya. Yahya?
Need very good interpersonal skills because they are first contact people have with the practice. GP, general practitioner.
If a person comes to a hospital, what's the first contact people they have? So before
Receptionist.
receptionist, of course. Okay. Well, Mustafa Sabir, please. Sentence number 4. Mustafa Sabir.
Yes,
Hello.
doctor. Hello.
Mhm.
97% of UK population is registered with a
With a whom? So a health expert. Who is the expert in the health problems? So what kind of the main person in a hospital? Who is this?
Dr.
Doctor?
Roger. Roger.
No, it's a doctor, of course. So it's general practitioner, right? So Mustafa Ahmed.
Yes.
Mhm.
7. The duties of a dash include the traditional nursing skills and running specialist clinics for immunization, debates, and so on. I
Mhm.
think general practice.
We've used general practitioner in the previous sentence, so it should be a different job. If it includes nursing skills, it's a kind of what? What's the name of the job title? Who can help us?
Practice nurse.
Practice nurse, exactly, yes. Okay, Hashim Hassan. The next sentence, please.
Can I 5? You don't ask me. 6.
I'm sorry. So, yes, Hashim Hassan.
No, Doctor, I'm Hassan. You don't ask me.
Okay, Hassan, yes.
Yes,
Muhammad Hassan. Mhm.
Yes, Doctor, on board trend, like between hospital, DB, and other health professional involved in internal care, and is the general practitioner.
General practitioner. It's possible, but this is a link between general practitioner and health professionals. And this person, the sentence says that professional involved in antenatal care. Antenatal care is the care of newborn children. So what's the name of the job who deals with newborn children and pregnant women? So what is it called? Who can help us? This is midwife. Yes, this is midwife. Okay.
Yeah.
And well, Shema, please. The next sentence.
Which number?
The last one, number 7.
Okay. Visit those who are housebound or those recently discharged from hospital and or dress wounds. I think it's a distinct nurse.
District nurse, you're right. Okay, so do remember, please, these medical job titles of these medical jobs. And now we are going to do the listening task. Well, here about the general practitioner's responsibilities. So we are going to listen to a general practitioner talking about her work in an inner city area, and we should decide whether these statements about her work are true or false. So there are 5 statements here. Let us look through the statements first. You can see the first one is about the location of her work, whether it's in the center of London. The second is about their high crime rates and how it can affect the people. Number 3 is about is the workload higher or lighter? And then number 5 about moving patients from one GP practice to another. And the 5th one is about receiving extra payment. So now I'm going to turn the recording on, and you should say whether you can hear.
Listening 1.
Can you hear?
Yes, Dr.
Yes.
we can.
Okay. Now let us just start.
Listening 1.
My name is Dr. Chowdhury, and I am a GP working in an inner city area in London, just on the edge of the East End. I started work as a GP in this area over 20 years ago. In recent years, many developments, both technological and social, have occurred, affecting the practice enormously. I enjoyed my work here a lot at the beginning, and I still do now. But there are many problems in an area like this, which you would not find in rural communities in this country or in my home country, India. The crime rates are high, which affects the morale of the patients we serve and ultimately the morale of the GP practice. The workload is heavier than in most rural districts, which sometimes puts potential GPs off moving into the area. However, I have always found the job very rewarding. Another feature of an inner-city GP practice is that patients move around a lot. As regards compensation for working in deprived areas in the inner city, sometimes GPs receive extra payment.
Well, is everything clear? Do we need to listen for the second time?
Can you repeat, Doctor?
Shall we listen for the second time?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Listening 1.
My name is Dr. Chowdhury, and I am a GP working in an inner city area in London, just on the edge of the East End. I started work as a GP in this area over 20 years ago. In recent years, many developments, both technological and social, have occurred, affecting the practice enormously. I enjoyed my work here a lot at the beginning, and I still do now. But there are many problems in an area like this, which you would not find in rural communities in this country or in my home country, India. The crime rates are high, which affects the morale of the patients we serve and ultimately the morale of the GP practice. The workload is heavier than in most rural districts, which sometimes puts potential GPs off moving into the area. However, I have always found the job very rewarding. Another feature of an inner-city GP practice is that patients move around a lot. As regards compensation for working in deprived areas in the inner city, sometimes GPs receive extra payment.
Well, now I think we can understand it better. And so some questions. Where is she from?
India.
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 Right. Yes. And does she like her job?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And so if we ask Hashim Hassan, will you read the first sentence, please? The first statement.
The GP works in center of London city area.
Is it true or false? Statement.
Yes.
You think it's true?
Yes.
Actually, she says that she works in an inner city area. It's not the center of London. So it's like different place.
Generous.
This sentence is false. Okay, Yasmin. The
Yes.
second, number 2, please.
High crime rates don't affect the people working as a GPA practice. False.
Yes, so this sentence is false because crime rates just affect the moral of people and GPs. So number 3 is for Hassan, Muhammad. Hassan.
Yes, doctor.
Mhm.
The workload is lighter they in rural areas. It's false.
Yes, because it's heavier than in rural areas. Okay, Shema, please. Shema, hello.
Yes, the workload is lighter than in rural areas.
Number 4, please.
Oh, sorry. Patients move from one GP practice to another. No, false.
Actually, it's true. It's the same idea that she speaks about. Okay, and Nisanur, please. Number 5.
GPs receive no extra payment for working in deprived areas. False.
Yes, she says that sometimes they do receive some extra payment. Okay, and what
Listening 1.
I would like to focus on is grammar that is used in this in the story of this doctor. So today we'll compare 2 tenses, present perfect, which we have already discussed at our previous class, and the past simple. So these are the tenses that is used to speak about past events, and we should understand the difference. So we use the present perfect for actions which happen in the past at any time up to now. The exact time is not known or not defined. So we don't know when it happened, like it's shown in this diagram. And on the contrary, we use the past simple for specific times in the past. The exact time is known or defined, but sometimes the time is not mentioned. And the time is defined with the help of such phrases as, like you can see on the diagram, last year, 2 days ago, yesterday. So we know when the action happened. And when you take a history, we should pay attention to how patients use these tenses. For example, from the statement from the listening task. In recent years, many developments, both technological and social, have occurred. So we use the present perfect because it says in the recent years. We don't know exactly when. The time is not specific. So that is why it's better to use the present perfect. And the focus here of attention is on the results of the changes. And the next example here, I started work as a GP in this area over 20 years ago. The time is given here, 20 years ago. We know exactly when she began working as a GP. That is why we use the past simple tense. And so one more example, look at the relationship in a case history between the present perfect and past simple. So doctor and patient are speaking. The doctor asks a question, have you ever had a headache like this before? And he uses the present perfect tense because so he addresses to the experience of this person, whether this has ever happened in his life. And the patient just focuses on the fact that it happened 3 months ago. The patient says, yes, I had a similar headache 3 months ago. So he defines the specific time, the time is given. That is why the patient uses the past simple tense. So this is the main difference in the use of these two tenses, and there is information about the use of for and since, but I don't think there is you can have any problems. I would like you to focus on this slide, just which shows there is a practical exercise, and let us try to organize these words in a sentence, changing the form of the verbs which should be used in a sentence. If, for example, we look at the group of words in number 1, we can see that there are 3 verbs like start, be, and wake up. So we should understand and we should analyze the situation and use these 3 verbs in the correct form. Can we listen to Akram, please? Will you try to just to make up a sentence?
Okay, so the first sentence is coughing started 5 days ago, was so bad it wake me up every night. So you could say that coughing started 5 days ago, and it's been so bad it has woken me up every night.
So started has been so bad has woken me up. Okay, Hassan, please. The second sentence.
Yes, when attacks first come one. When did the attacks first come on?
Exactly. So when you ask about specific time, you should use past simple. Okay. Well, Nisanur, what do you think of sentence 3? Nisanur? Nisanur, hello. Are you here? No. Yasmin? So there is information in the chat. Isn't working. I see now. Yasmin, are you with us? No. Shema?
Yes, anything make it worse since start. Anything made it worse since the start.
This is the question. And as far as there is the word since, it means it should, the verb make should be used in the present perfect. So it should be has.
Has anything made it worse?
Since
the start.
It started. Okay, good. Unfortunately, yes, we have only 2 minutes left. So here are the sentences with the correct tenses, and well, this presentation is on the Moodle site, and so please look at the sentences and analyze how the different tenses are used in these sentences, because so your home assignment will be connected with grammar. So on the Moodle site, you should find this week, and you can see the grammar assignment. Grammar exercises where you should use the present perfect or the past simple tense. This is the home task, which the deadline for this for submission of this home task is Friday night. Yes, the end of the day. So is everything clear about the home assignment?
Yes, doctor, thank you.
Okay, so do you